Bonjour everyone and welcome back to the Waves of Your Soul. I am your humble French tarot reader slash deck goblin marine, and today we are doing a haul! Yay! Well, I've had way too much coffee as you can tell, so I apologize in advance for my very hyped up energy. But I'm excited. We're gonna talk about new tarot decks, new oracle decks, and books. We're in the midst of Sagittarius season, and as soon as that hit, I was like, I need all the books, I need all the courses, I want to learn all the things, even more so than usual. So there's going to be a good tarot book haul as well as some tarot and oracle decks. The reason why this little haul is happening before Christmas is because my dad actually went to see my grandma in France, and whenever someone I know goes back to the mainland, they become my deck mule. That's how it is. They know it, they love me, so they accept it. This is the trade. You want my love and support, I will give it to you as long as you accept to give me some of your suitcase space to bring back some of the decks I can't get on the island. So my dad very kindly agreed to be my deck mule once more, which means that he just brought back some tarot and oracle decks that I couldn't get delivered in Reunion Island, and that finally I could get delivered to my grandma so that he could bring them back to me in his suitcase. So that's why this haul came about. I also have some gifts and Kickstarters that arrived, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I think after that the next haul will be around Christmas, but I really wanted to not wait that long and start sharing with you specifically like books and decks, because honestly I'm so excited and I'm super pumped to share it with you guys. So if you're new here, first of all, hi, I'm sorry, this is a lot. You should be warned, it's always like that, so get used to it. In the description box you're gonna find all the names of the decks I'm mentioning today, all the books. If I have time I will put links, but I'll definitely at least put names. You will also find other videos of mine you may want to check out. I've done a whole deck hauls playlist. If you like to binge those kind of videos, you can enjoy. You will find my other social media links. I am mostly on Instagram and YouTube. On Instagram I share pretty much every day on my stories the decks I'm using, the books I'm reading, some pictures from Reunion Island where I live. It's a good time, you should come and join us. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, feel free to do so. Subscribe, put the bell on, comment, share with your friends, spread the love. It's nearly Christmas, we're feeling generous and all of that good vibes. Okay, I need to shut up now and start sharing with you some goodies. So let's get into it, and let's start with my newest tarot. So let's get into it. Oh my god. Rewind. Oh, Mercury retrograde is retrograding hard, you guys. My brain, rotten. My back, broken. My spirit, hanging in there. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can make it till the end of the year. I've decided. Even if it's by crawling and barely hanging by our fingernails, we're gonna make it. Let's get into it. We'll start with my little tarot book haul. Let's do it. Let's talk about books, baby! I'm gonna start with the one that I got my dad bring back for me from France that I couldn't get delivered here. Let's start with Red Tarot, a decolonial guide to divinatory literacy. This is by Christopher Marmolejo. I think that's how you say that. If I'm mispronouncing it, I really apologize. So this is a book I've been wanting ever since it came out. I believe this came out beginning of this year. It's really not that old. Haven't really seen anyone talk about this that much, but I saw it when I was like googling tarot books at the time, and just the title, like a decolonial guide to divinatory literacy, I was like, yep, I'm in. I'm super into that. And so in the back it says that Red Tarot speaks to anyone of othered for their identities or ways of being or thinking, whether it's LGBTQIA2S+, and BIPOC folks in particular, presenting the tarot as a radical epistemology that shifts the authority of knowing into the hands of the people themselves. Now, I'm not BIPOC and I'm not part of the LGBTQIA+ community, but I really want to support those communities, and I'm taking my role as a tarot reader very seriously, and I know that I read for people who are part of those communities, and so it's important for me to open myself to different ways of thinking. And I read some little like excerpts from this book, and I was hooked straight away. The way it's written is very, very beautiful. It feels like medicine, so it was a no-brainer for me. I really wanted to explore it. Now obviously I've had this for like 2 days. My dad came back not even 48 hours ago. He brought those back for me as soon as he arrived, but I've not had a chance to read them obviously, but I did have a look at like table of content. But the way that this is spread out is numerologically separated, can I say that? So you'll start with the ones which are the aces, magician, wheel of fortune, the pages, all the aces, so all like the ones in the tarot. Then we go on to 2, so we have the second major arcana, so the high priestess. We have justice, which is like the second card in the like 10 major arcana. We have like the 2 of swords, 2 of cups, and then we move on to 3s. And so I thought that was quite interesting, first of all, because normally you always get like first the major arcana, then the minor arcana, then the court card. So I like the way that this is set up. And like I said, for me, I mean, this is chunky. If I just look at ace of cups, you have about 3 pages. Ace of pentacles, you have even more. And the way that this is written is very healing. It's very like medicine based. I've only, like I said, skipped through, but already I was very much like hooked. This is very much my vibe. This is something that I'm super passionate about, the idea of like decolonizing tarot, of looking at tarot through another lens, a lens that doesn't other people. And when you look at the inspiration behind the books, we have each card interpretation is bolstered by the teaching of Toni Morrison, Bell Hooks, Jose Esteban Munoz. All of those for me are like super interesting authors. Even the people who, have written like I don't know how you call that, the people who are sponsoring the book or whatever. We have like Colin Bedell from Queer Cosmos, who's like one of my favorite content creator, astrologer. Honestly, I was like, this is very me. I'm hooked. I want to learn more. So obviously, I'm super excited. This is the first one I'm going to be reading. I couldn't get it delivered in Reunion, so I'm really glad and grateful that my dad brought it back for me from France, and this is the first one I'm going to read. So as soon as I read it, I will come back in the monthly favorites. I'll let you guys what I thought and all of that, but I'm very excited for this one. The next book that my dad kindly brought back, again, one that wouldn't delivered to Reunion Island. I don't know why. Sometimes stuff gets delivered, sometimes things just aren't available for us here. We don't have Amazon where I live. I've discovered that now we have Rare Waves, which is a website that delivers to Reunion for English stuff, English books, English mass market decks. Again, that doesn't even have everything that I want, so very grateful that I could make the most of my deck mule network because I love Robert Hemplay's work. One of my favorite decks of this year has been the Alchemical Tarot. I have actually ordered the Alchemical Tarot book, which is separate to that, which cost me an arm and a leg to order, but it's okay because I really wanted that book, so that's coming. It's actually a book I've read on Kindle, but I wanted the physical copy, and I'm gonna reread it now that I've got it as physical copy, because sometimes when I read stuff on my Kindle, it goes over my head. I love my Kindle for fiction stuff because I'm reading so fast that when it's not fiction, I kind of like being able to highlight, take notes and stuff. So this one, I'm excited to have my hands on a physical copy, to be able to revisit, reread. It's gonna be great. And as you can see here, we talk about the history of tarot, the mythical history of the tarot. We have like interpreting major and minor. We have the story about the Waite Smith. Just really good like approach. All the first tarot decks, we have Tarot de Marseille references here. We have talks about obviously the Book of Thoth, about Antoine Coeur de Guesblanc, about the Eteia Tarot, lots of different influences. It talks about the Kabbalah. It's great. I've read this ages ago on my Kindle, so I'm glad I can like revisit it because I feel like I've forgotten half of it, so it's gonna be good. And then in the middle you see you still have not just like historical parts of tarot, but you also have like some references to each of the cards broken down and different ways that they were like interpreted, different ways that they were depicted, which I love that. I remember really loving that last time I read it because it talked about differences between Tarot de Marseille and like RWS and stuff like that. So really amazing book. I mean, Robert Hemplay's stuff is great. We don't need any confirmation of that. You guys know that. So this is just a really treat I wanted to give myself of having the physical copy, and I'm very excited. Continuing on the book front, I finally managed to get my hands on A Walk Through the Forest of Souls by Rachel Pollack. Rachel Pollack is the infamous author of 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which if you are remotely interested in tarot, is a must read, honestly. Everyone talks about Jodorowsky as like the go-to book. I tend to disagree. I don't think he was a good person at all. Don't think he was that great of an influence. Rachel Pollack, on the other hand, is my go-to queen for tarot if you want to really go deep at the similar level that Jodorowsky goes. Rachel Pollack is your girl. Loved 78 Degrees of Wisdom. It's one that's like my copy is destroyed, highlighted, and you know it's broken and it's dirty. It's gone through it. But I hadn't managed to get my hands on her latest book, so I'm really excited. I know this is one that a lot of people have talked about on their channel. I know some people have even done like book challenges about this one. It's supposed to like take you on a spiritual journey, going through each of the cards, if I'm not mistaken. I've not even looked too much into it. I just saw that it was from Rachel Pollack and I was like, yep, I wanted to add to cart. So that's it. Finally I'm able to like have a look at what this is. So let's have a look. Actually, we're gonna see, because I like to give myself surprises sometimes when it comes to books. Myth of Origin, Gambling with the Moon, Divination and Freedom, The Instrument of Our Wisdom, a reading on divination, some Jewish thoughts on tarot, the tarot before creation. Okay, yeah, I'm super into all of that. I'm really excited because I feel like this is not gonna be your stereotypical, here is what the High Priestess means, but this is more gonna be about helping you to learn how to read tarot or tap into your intuition differently. So I'm really excited about this one. Again, like I said, I've left myself quite in the unknown. I've not watched many people's reviews because I wanted to come to this blank, like as the most open possible. I wanted to make my own opinion of this, so I've avoided deliberately any content from other creators or reviews about this book, but I'm very excited to make my own opinion. And of course, if you guys have read it, I want to know your opinion. So let me know if you've read any of these books, if you have them, if you enjoyed them, if you didn't enjoy them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always love to hear from you. And lastly, the last book I got in this little book haul, we have one that honestly, again, I've been wanting for so long because I know so many people talk about this and recommend it. I just could never get my hands on it. I could never get it to deliver here until now. Finally, it's in my hands. We have Tarot for Change. It's one I could have honestly gotten on my Kindle, but again, I've really struggled reading nonfiction with my Kindle. There's something about having a physical copy that makes it so much easier for my brain to retain information. When it's nonfiction, I can, like, you know, all my fantasy, romantasy books, I read on my Kindle no problem because I don't need to remember anything. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm here to enjoy the story, enjoy the characters and all of that. If I forget what happened in 2 days, it doesn't matter, but those kind of books, I don't want to forget. So I need to make notes, I need to highlight, I need to be able to corner, and it's just easier for me to have the books in my hand when it comes to learning. I don't know, I'm weird like that, but I feel like I'm not the only one. You guys let me know in the comments, but I feel like a lot of us need physical copies for learning stuff. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are this way. So this is Tarot for Change by Jessica Dore, and it says using the cards for self-care, acceptance and growth. In the same line, I think, as Red Tarot. You know, we're talking here about tarot for self-development, personal development, spirituality, whereas for example the the Robert M. Place book is very much focused on history and the origins of tarot and looking at different historical decks. Here we're really talking about a more psychological approach to tarot, I would say. And you know what, I love everything. I love tarot for divination and history, I love tarot for self-development, I love tarot for divination, I love tarot for mediumship reading, I love tarot for psychology reading, I love it all. I'm a huge tarot lover. Whatever it is around tarot, I freaking love that. So this is why I enjoy hearing different perspectives, different takes on tarot. And I'm excited for this one because I know a lot of my friends have read this and loved it and they quote it often. And I was like, you know what? I need it in my life. I need to make my own opinion. Let's look at the table of content. I think this is another one, yeah. It's another one that, you know, is broken down between like every single card. So here, for example, we have the Devil, but I'm excited to read what it has to say because I always want to learn more. And the funny thing about tarot is like the more I learn, the more I feel like I don't know anything. Right? I don't know. Do you guys feel like that? It's like, obviously I know tarot. I've been reading tarot for years, for myself, for others. I've read countless of books. I've taken so many courses. I know tarot, and yet I feel like tarot is telling me, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Whenever I want to learn more, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I don't know anything. Every time I approach it, it's like, it feels like a never-ending pool of knowledge that I could drink from and never get satiated, if that makes sense. So this is why it's exciting to keep learning, to keep opening yourself to different perspectives, because it's gonna improve your readings. Whether you agree with someone's view of tarot or not, whether that is similar to how you read or not, it's gonna immediately affect how you read. It's going to inform your reading, inform your views of the world too, because for me tarot is not about just a pack of cards. Tarot is about the world at large, the world we live in, our environment, and even more so our connection to something larger than ourselves, right? If you believe into that. Because tarot is a reflection of our life, the more you read about different perspectives of people on tarot, the more you're going to learn about different perspectives on life. That's at least how the way I see it. So very excited for this one. Again, for me, I feel like it's going to be very psychological, self-care vibe, and don't we need that right now? Yeah, we really do. The world feels like a trash can on fire right now, so we need that for sure. So I'm excited, and again, let me know if you guys have read this, if you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I think the first one I'm gonna read is Red Tarot because it's just the one that I'm the most excited about, but obviously I'm excited for all of them, and like I said, in future monthly favorites, whenever I have a chance to properly go through each of them, I will be doing mini reviews. And while we're talking about books, I have had so many requests for a video on tarot books, and like I said, I am an avid reader, so I want to make a video for you guys about the best books on tarot, but as you've seen, I'm still reading some of them, and so I want the video to be as the most like, I don't know, developed and full-fledged as possible. It's gonna take me a really long time to create and prepare and film, but I will make it probably next year, just so I can finish, just so I can get around to reading those. Well, maybe making some notes about all the ones I've read in the past, because this is gonna be an epic long video. I've read so many books on tarot, some good, some great, some not so good. I want to talk about it all with you, so that will be coming for sure next year for my book lovers. Okay, let's talk about tarot and oracle decks. Let's do it. As I said, I could not wait any longer to share it with you guys. I thought I was gonna combust because I'm so excited about these decks. You know, not me being dramatic as always, combusting out of excitement over tarot decks. I'm so pumped because, like I said, the decks that I managed to get back to ship in France and that my dad managed to bring back for me are decks I've been super wanting and looking at and feeling like they would be such a vibe for me, and to finally have them in my hands, I just so pumped. First, let's talk about a Kickstarter that arrived that I kind of forgot I backed. Does that happen to you? Sometimes you do that, or is it just me? Please tell me it's not just me. Like, you back a Kickstarter and then you forget about it, and then it arrives months later in your mailbox and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. If that's never happened to you, then you should be proud of yourself, honestly. That's a good thing. But a Kickstarter I backed, forgotten about, and that arrived in the last months or whenever I did my last haul, is the Baroque Tarot Deluxe Edition. This is by Spectrum Project, a little deck goblin on Kickstarter and deciding to back shit I didn't need. And you know what? Zero regrets, because this is beautiful. This is one I've been using actually recently. As I've had it for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's still quite new, but I've made my first impressions of it anyway. Here are the backs. This is linen cardstock, so it's super flexible, really nice quality actually. The box is gorgeous. We have beautiful backings, we have like gold accents, we have edging on the side, it's linen, it's really nice. Honestly, production 10 out of 10. It comes with a little guidebook, and then you can scan a QR code to get an even bigger guidebook. I did read the little guidebook, which is good. It talks a little bit about how to use the cards, you get a couple of spreads in there, and you know, you get some keywords, upward, reverse message. Honestly, it's enough, like it's a good enough guidebook, but I will check out the extra one eventually. And as the name suggests, the Baroque Tarot, as you can see, it's of Baroque inspiration, very classical art inspired, gorgeous, Woman in the Pearl kind of inspiration, gorgeous. And I love the fact that everything looks like a beautiful painting. This is not reused art style, this is art style that was created by the creator. And I had to go back because I had a suspicion for a couple of cards that I was like, is this AI? Because I wouldn't have really backed it if it was AI. Like, I try to avoid them if I can, unless I back something by mistake and they don't tell you it's AI and then you find out later on, which some of them do, and it's like, I'm not doing that anymore now. I pay attention, I read all the fine print. I just want people to be forthcoming. Like, if you use AI, just tell me. I don't want you to sneak it up on me. I don't like that. Don't be sneaky, just be forthcoming and tell me, and then I will make my educated opinion about whether I want to back something or not. And so I had a doubt when I saw a couple of the cards. I was like, is this AI? Particularly like the Ace of Swords. But then I was like, I wouldn't have backed it if it was AI. And I went back and I realized, because look at some of those hands, right? Just this one. It's just this one that feels a little bit AI vibes. But then I went on the Kickstarter, just like checking it. I was like, did I make a boo-boo, or was this actually hand-drawn? And no, on the Kickstarter they explain that they create all the cards from scratch, that they've only used the help of AI for like 5 cards out of 78. 90% of the decks they created themselves. You can see even the process on the Kickstarter campaign, that they hand-draw stuff, they create like all the background and everything. So in majority, 90% or whatever, made by humans. And so in that case, I'm like, okay, I can forgive the 5 cards or whatever that were made in AI. It's okay for me. That feels like an okay balance. And this is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I love the vibe of it. I love that it's quite dark in some of the cards, but I love that. It feels a little bit mysterious. Look at this magician. Oh, I love that it's a woman magician as well. That's so cool. It's a really, really beautiful deck. Honestly, one of the most beautiful decks I've been using recently. I adore it. It's a perfect one for like, you know, people who enjoy this vibe. I won't say it's like for my classical art lovers, because it doesn't necessarily reuse classical art, but it takes inspiration from, you know, those baroque paintings. So stunning. I'm really glad actually I backed it. It reads like a dream. I need to use it for you guys in the pick a card reading because it's really beautiful. Oh yeah, the one card I don't like is this one. Sorry, I don't know, it's just it's okay, but it's not giving me my baroque fantasy, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But then that death is just everything. I freaking love it. It's everything. So, you know, I forgive it. Some cards you're gonna love, some cards you're not gonna love as much. Regardless, it's a beautiful deck, really well done. The Kickstarter was super smooth. The proof is that I even forgot, backed it, and it came. Moving on to a cute little oracle deck, which I found just after I did my last haul, so I couldn't share it with you guys then, so I'm bringing it back at now, but I've actually had it for like a few weeks by now, and it was one of those, you know, going to the bookshop to buy one notebook and a pen, and you come out with like 5 books and a deck. I know I'm not the only one who does that. Don't judge me. I know you do that too. But anyway, random bookshop purchase. The Oracle Harmonie de la Nature by Sarah Divinet and Lily Wood. This is a mass market French deck by the publishers are Le Lotus et l'Éléphant. You can get this on Amazon.fr. And actually the reason why I picked this up when I saw it in the bookshop is because I'd been kind of eyeing it after seeing it on Sylvia's channel from Fairlight Tarot. So if you're watching Sylvia, I'm sending you so many hugs. If you guys are not watching Sylvia's channel, you should. She's a sweetheart, and I really loved it when she shared this text that she had found, and then I saw that my local bookshop had it, and I was like, well, that's a sign, let me pick it up. All in French, obviously, and as the name suggests, Oracle Harmonie de la Nature, literally translating to Oracle of the Nature's Harmony. It's a very nature-based deck, and not only that, it's a deck that's based around, I would say, self-care, posing, connecting back to the rhythm of nature. It's all linked to elements, so you have 4 categories. I think you have some fire cards, some earth cards, air cards, and water cards, and then all the artwork is very beautiful and very much like you are stepping into nature from a bird's eye point of view. Like all the time the people are very small, right, and you see more the landscape rather than the actual like people, which I love. And all the keywords are very tailored around taking time for yourself, posing, connecting to the rhythm of nature, and taking a chill pill, honestly. Which, you know what, we all need sometimes. So this has been my go-to for little self-care kind of reading, little pulling a card at night, posing, connecting back to my body, resting, and it is such a beauty with the tower landscapes. I won't show it with you guys because I'll share it in my monthly favorites for December. I'll make sure to show you the pairing. It is match made in heaven with the tower landscape. I've been using that for my own readings at night, and it's so beautiful. It feels like a little gift you can give yourself of internal calm. This is perfect. Yeah, I really love the artwork. The messages in the guidebooks are great. It's not really guidance or divination. It's really more so a little messages around coming back, little meditations, a little affirmation, something more, I would say, around, yeah, self-care, pose, connecting back to yourself, connecting back to your body. Those colors are gorgeous. It's just a joy, honestly. It feels like a beautiful moment of peace you can give yourself. I could get lost in those images, so I'm really enjoying this one for a little meditative practice, for a practice of, yeah, like I was saying, self-care, of pose, of connecting back to yourself. If you want to do a little journaling, this is great. And like I was saying, with the tarot landscape, it's beautiful. And as for the guidebook, for each of the card you have a colored version of the card. You have some messages, like I said, very much around, again, self-care, self-love, posing and connecting back to the rhythm of nature, to the universe, to yourself. You always have some actions, which is great when you want to bring the messages to your day-to-day. You have a mantra or an affirmation, which I always love as well. It's something really useful when you want to put things in practice. It's a really beautiful deck. It's not very expensive at all, at least like when I paid it at the bookshop, it was very affordable. And even though it's French, I think a lot of you guys would be able to use it because the keywords feel very like easy to understand, right? Like we have diversité is diversity, deuil is grief, we have energy, which is energy, vie is life, evolution is evolution, abundance, it's the same thing. You know, a lot of the words are similar to, you know, meditation, a lot of the words are the same or similar to English ones. If not, you could write the English words here if you wanted to, but especially for my French speakers or for those who are willing to translate, and for my nature lovers, I think you'll really enjoy this one. Let's talk about a very special gift. Oh my god, you guys, I'm still blown away. Every time I use this deck, I feel like a little bit emotional, teary, because it's so precious. This was a lovely gift from one of my viewer turned friend, Vanessa. Vanessa, if you're watching, I'm sending you so many hugs and so much love, and I'm so grateful. She sent me a lovely care package in the month of November, and amongst them was this absolute beauty, which is a 1970 version of the Aquarian Tarot. Now, some of you guys may know the Aquarian Tarot is one of my favorite decks ever. I freaking love it. I have something for 70s deck anyway, but I never thought I would own an actual copy from 1970, and so here you can see, you know, 1970 Morgan Press. So when I got this beautiful gift from Vanessa, I was just so blown away, and I've put it back in order for you guys so you could enjoy it. I love the fact that there's no white borders because it's the true like 1970s vibe. Now the deck comes with white borders around the back, but this is so much better. And look at how used this deck is. I love that so much. This deck has so much to say, seen so much, and it's been through a lot, and the energy of it, the egregore of it feels amazing. It feels like Hierophant energy, it feels like elder energy in that sense. It feels like, you know, it has seen some stuff, it has seen some shit, and it's like, yeah, I'm ready to tell you my life stories. If you want to come to me, if you ask me the right question, I'll impart you some wisdom. It also feels a little bit kooky, like, you know, those kooky grandmas who have lived a very like beautiful and varied life, and who get to an age where they're like, they do whatever they want, they don't care if people judge them or whatever. They're like, yeah, I don't care, I've paid my dues, now I'm gonna do whatever I want, I'm gonna swear, I'm gonna do me. You know, you guys have those grandmas? That's definitely one of my grandma. She, you know, she's like 92 now, and she will swear, she doesn't give a shit, she does her thing. She's like, yeah, I'm old enough now, I've paid my dues, I don't need to be beating around the bush. This is that vibe as well, you know, the vibe of like an elder, a mentor, but also someone who will not give a shit about saying it how it is. And I love it so much. It's so special, the energy of it feels fabulous, and to own a copy that's been from the actual 70s, that feels like it's seen so much, it's been through so many readings, it is so beautiful, and I love this deck so much. It's gorgeous. The Aquarian, for me, yeah, one of the best decks ever made. It's beautiful, the energy of it feels very special. It's a clear reader, clear as day, clear water, just beautiful. I just love the energy so much. Right now I'm enjoying it for me. I've put it back in order for you guys, but I haven't even showed you all the cards. I'm such a bad YouTuber, we know that by now. We know I'm shite, it's okay. But look at this, it's so beautiful, and like I was saying, I've been using this for myself. It's been feeling like the most amazing treat I can give myself reading with this. So I definitely want to share it with you guys as well at some point. Because I want to do 2025 ahead readings by zodiac signs because I'm doing a lot of like personal readings at the moment, and if you're curious about that, you can find that information in the description box. I am renewing slots regularly, I'm adding new slots regularly, and I will continue to add slots until the end of January. So I'm doing a lot of like your head reading in that format that are very personal, quite lengthy, and I want to do your head readings for you guys who are watching the channel, but I don't want them to be similar to what I do for like paid readings, right? I want them to be different. So I'm gonna do them by zodiac sign, I think, and then you guys will be able to watch like your sun, moon, and rising sign, and I'll be using a different tarot deck for each sign as well, so that if you watch your sun, moon, and rising sign, it'll be lots of different tarot energies, vibes, and all of that. This needs to be used for one of my signs, maybe even for Aquarius. That would be amazing. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Keep for the end the decks that I managed to get through hijacking some suitcase space from my dad so that he could bring them back from France. But before I share those decks with you guys, which I'm super excited about, I just want to show you, although I feel like a lot of you will have seen it on Instagram already, I want to show you a little fun deck I got at the same time as I got some of those books. I needed to like round up the price so it would be enough for shipping, so I added this kind of like sight unseen, and you know what, I have zero regrets. And it is The Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care by Mabel Equay. Don't know how you say that, I think Equay. Again, sorry if I'm butchering that. This, I literally bought sight unseen. I needed to come up to a certain price for shipping for my books, and I was like kind of scrolling, I typed like self-care deck or whatever because I realized I didn't have that many. I wanted a little cute affirmation deck or something. So this cover, and I was like, yep, add to cart. So here we are. This is, I've never seen anyone talk about this. I don't even know if it's new, if it's old. It comes with 52 cards, so for I'm guessing 52 weeks of the year, and it comes with a little wooden stand which I've already put somewhere on my altar and I can't be bothered to stand up. But the price I paid, which was less than 10 euros to have 52 cards plus a little wooden stand, girl, I can't be mad. This is a good price. This is really worth it. We love that. Affordable deck, awesome. Look at those backs. I mean, look at it. It's so cute. It's so cute, I love it. The whole thing, as the name suggests, The Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care, all about this little frog going through life, and on each of the cards you will have a affirmation, a little mantra. I freaking love this so much. It's ridiculous how much I've been using this. It lives on my altar right now. I'm pulling a card every day. I've used it in every single paid reading I've been doing recently. I've used it in like future pick a card readings I've filmed that I've not yet published and showed you guys, but that are coming. I've sent cards to friends, like little, you know, picture on WhatsApp, like your card of the day, and they loved it. I've done pull a card for you guys on Instagram. You send a little emoji and I send you a card. It's so cute. It's so cute. And not only is it cute, but the messages are really good. The affirmations are really good. Look, I'm allowed to rest without guilt. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. And look at this, the little teacup. I can't. It's not just fluffy, cute stuff. Like, the affirmations are really good. I'm capable of more than I realize. I don't always have to be strong. I'm allowed to ask for support. Like, yes, thank you. It's very, very good. Very balanced. We have some talk about lighter stuff, more shadow stuff, and it's just beautiful little affirmation deck. Honestly, this would be the perfect gift for Christmas, you guys. If you have someone who loves decks, or not even that much into decks, but who enjoys the idea of like self-care, who enjoy cute things like that, this is just so cute. I mean, I know like so many of my friends would love this, that I've actually planned to give this at Christmas for a couple of them, because I know they're gonna love this so much. Look at that. I will make sure that laughter is a priority in my life. Absolutely. And every single time the little frog has cute shoes, which honestly is a vibe. I'm so here for that. So I love the affirmation, I love the cuteness, I love the shoes. It's perfect for card a day, wrapping up a reading, a little gift, like, you know, send a cute picture to your friends, brighten up your day, something sweet and yet still more powerful than it seems. Like, my fears do not control me. Yes, I love it. Really, really great. It was super cheap. Honestly, I paid less than 10 euros for it and I have zero complaints. This is so cute. It was definitely money well spent. I'm hooked. Okay, we're gonna wrap up the video by sharing with you the decks that I actually got brought back from France. The decks that I've been wanting on my wish list for so long and that I could not get delivered to Reunion Island because the places they came from or the artist that was selling them wasn't shipping to Reunion. And finally, I have my dirty little goblin mitts on them and I'm so excited. The first one is a super fun deck I've been wanting since it came out. The Kickstarter for this came out last year. I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it. And ever since then, I've been beating myself up because this is so me. So I'm really glad I finally have it. It's the Cheeky Tarot by Danilo Sanino. I love Danilo's work. I have his Whitefly Tarot, which is amazing. One of my favorite fantasy-inspired decks. And when he came out with this last year or the year before, yeah, I don't know what I was doing, but I missed the Kickstarter. Here is all of his details. You can find it on Etsy. I believe Danilo is Italian, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just a cute, cheeky rendition of the RWS, but I love it. And it's one actually I've started using already ever since I've gotten it like a couple of days ago, at least at the time of me filming this. It's gonna be way later by the time you guys see it, because I'm pre-filming a shit ton for Tarot Vlogmas. I'm trying to make as much content as I can for you guys to make December fun. I know it's not necessarily always a fun time of the year for everyone, so I'm trying to create a lot of content for you guys. So there's gonna be like some pre-film videos and stuff, as well as, you know, trying to navigate between chronic pain, chronic illness. It's a lot, but I'm really trying to show up for you guys the most I can for the month of December. At the time of me filming this, we are like the 30th of November, but I don't know when you guys will see this video. But anyway, you just need to know I've been using it the last couple of days. It's an RWS, but it's done in a cheeky, kind of cartoonish style, and I love this. I mean, look at this. Seven of Swords, we have this little rat about to walk into a trap. He's about to get his toes stuck. There's a little rat on top of his head. It's so fun. For the Six of Pentacles, we have the little squirrel trying to, you know, get back his acorn. Reminds me of the Ice Age. It's not a squirrel, is it? Is it? It's a chipmunk or something? What is it in Ice Age? I've not seen the movies in so long, but you know, that one that's always pursuing acorns in Ice Age cartoon. That's what this one reminds me of, and I'm obsessed. It's very fun. It's kind of like, yeah, cartoonish style, and it makes me happy. I mean, it's literally like RWS, but full of good vibes. I've already filmed my top 10 good vibes of 2024. This would have been in it if I hadn't already filmed it and published it. If you guys have not seen my top 10 good mood decks of 2024, I leave it in the card. It's a good time. It's all the decks that brought me joy. This, obviously, I got right at the end of the year, so I'm not including it, but if I was to make like a new video now, this would be part of it, and I guess I'll have to include it in my 2025 video because it's so cool. This is all the good vibes. I mean, look at this Four of Pentacles. Been stuck there for so long. His hair has grown so much. Look at this Six of Wands, having a great time. I'm gonna be using this for you guys for sure in December in some kind of reading or another. This is all the good mood vibes. It's an RWS clone, which is, you know, something that I always go to for comfort if I want something that I'm familiar with, but I love the cheeky side of it. I love all the little details that Danilo has added. I mean, look at this. Look at it. I can't. This is the face that my dogs make when there's chicken for lunch and they know they're gonna get the skin. They know they're gonna get a little bit of skin as treats and they're like, oh yeah, give it to me. I love it. It's so cute. It's so fun. I'm obsessed. And it's cheeky. I need to find the Eight of Swords because the Eight of Swords cracked me up. I need to find... Look at this High Priestess. She's like, yeah, I know the secret, but I won't tell you. It's brilliant. The Emperor is so cool. He looks so grumpy. There's a lot you can get as well from the facial expression. So happy I finally have this in my hand because I've been wanting it and it does not disappoint. The quality, by the way, is really nice. It's matte cardstock. It does that really nice, like, you know. Oh yeah, that's just joy right there. That sound, we love it. And I need, oh, there we go. We found the Eight of Swords. Look at that. Yeah, sometimes they really do be feeling like you get a bird shitting on you, isn't it? That's very Eight of Swords, like you've been stuck there so long, you get pooped on. And look at that Eight of Wands, I'm obsessed. That, like, it cracks me up. It really cracks me up. That pigeon with like the little message. This is so fun. Yeah, I really like this. You're gonna see this in future readings. You're gonna see this in December favorites because I'm obsessed right now. I'm gonna be using it all month long and I'm excited. That was definitely a joyful purchase and one I'm so happy to finally own after looking at it and wanting it for a long time. Let's talk about the Tarot of the Crystal World, illustrated by Brooke Penrose, and I got the Oracle at the the same time because it was making sense with the shipping again to get both decks at once. So the Oracle does not come in with a pouch, so this is my own. It came shrink wrapped, and it comes with a little kind of like leaflet. Those messages though are beautiful. I read it and it was like very profound, and I just loved it. And as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a deck that we get along really well with. So Brooke Penrose is a indie artist. I believe they are based in Australia, and so this is a deck that originally was on Kickstarter. I missed the Kickstarter at the time. I think it was 2 years ago now. I found out by one of you lovely viewers, so if you're watching, Melanie, I'm sending you so much love, that this was gone on their website, that you could get this, you could purchase the tarot, and I jumped on the occasion to get the tarot, and then I saw that there was an oracle with it, which is not very many cards, it's like 20 cards I think, but it was super affordable and I love it. It's gorgeous, really really beautiful, so I picked the oracle as well because it made sense again shipping wise for me to get both of them, and I think this would be great for a little spread making or something. I'm working on something with that, but I don't want to say too much because I'm not ready to talk about it, but you'll see that at some point for like a reading with it. In terms of the tarot, it comes in a 2-piece box which looks like this, beautiful, and this is a very rebellious, it's a very kind of punk deck, and it's beautiful. I mean, I love this kind of view again on tarot. It's different, it's a little bit unapologetic, a little bit wild, and definitely has a point of view. I think the artwork is gorgeous, and I'm really pleased that I finally have it. So here are the backs, beautiful. Warning, nudity. If you don't like nudity, like, get to the next deck because this is full of bits. We have lots of bits, lots of naked bits, and I'm here for it. I think it's a celebration of the human form, all of its form, all the human body in all of its glory, and I think it's absolutely stunning. This deck has a point of view. It's kind of set in this almost post-apocalyptic world, also a little bit of a rebellious streak, but it also is a celebration of love, of unity, of compassion, of people caring for one another. It's a celebration of queerness as well, and it's just really beautiful, really special. You can tell that this deck has a point of view, that the creator has a point of view, that they're defending some values that they care about. And I mean, look at this death card. Wow, this is so cool. Like, this death carrying a child, one of the most powerful cards of the deck, I think. A really beautiful, joyful celebration of a lot of things: community, different bodies, of love, of compassion, of seeing light in dark times. It's a very engaged deck. I think it, like I said, it has a point of view, and I really like decks like that. I think it's powerful. So on top of it, I mean, I find the artwork really beautiful. Cards, I should have said it's linen. It's gonna be a pleasure to shuffle for sure. And look at these. I love the court cards. All the court cards are so beautiful. It feels both like a celebration of the past, as some of the court cards look very, you know, like dressed as knights and you know, have medieval outfits, but it, in some ways, it feels very modern and almost futuristic. So it feels like it exists in different timelines, and I really like that as well, because it gives it that like timeless sense in that effect, where it's both modern and classic and older and modern. And I like this kind of play on different timelines, on different eras. I'm really like happy I finally have this. I don't see it often mentioned, but the people who I have seen it mentioned all love it. I've only heard beautiful things about this deck, so I don't think it's like the most well-known indie deck ever, but it is definitely one of the most well-loved because I've only heard good things about it, and I'm really excited I can finally use this, make my own opinion. As you can see, it's still in order. I've not used it yet. I've read the Oracle guidebook, I've flipped through the card, I've enjoyed like getting to know it this way, but I'm excited now to use it, make my own opinion. Of course, I will leave the link to the artist in the description box. Like I said, I believe they're based in Australia. Comes with a little guidebook. Simple, but I loved it. Just one sentence, but the sentence always feels profound. So I'll make sure to leave where you can get this down below. Let's wrap it up with our last deck, and oh my god, you guys, this is so special. It was a pricey deck, let me say that. A warning, you know, for those of you who like this, you need to save your pennies. This is a deck I've been wanting for a really long time, so I saved my little money, but it definitely was not a cheap deck. So I'm just putting it out there in terms of like new indie decks. This is one of the most expensive ones I've bought. Really, really love it. So in that sense, for me, it was worth it. I understand that for some of you, it might not be the case. I'm just putting it out there, you know, so you can make your own educated decision. Let's talk about the Silver Acorn Tarot. So excited to finally have this deck because I've been wanting it for so long. And they don't deliver to Reunion, so I could never get it. So I had to wait until someone I knew was gonna go to France or somewhere in Europe so I could, like, you know, hijack the suitcase space again. I have zero regrets. So there you go. New $80. Not a cheap deck, but I mean, let's talk about production quality. First of all, the box. Every single side we have a different kind of suit that's represented. We have the wands here. Here we have the cups. Here we have the sword. So, you know, very beautiful production quality in that sense. A beautiful box. The guidebook is so good. I've already like read it a little bit, finished. I'm halfway through, but it's written by Madame Pamita, who I love her writings anyway. Madame Pamita's tarot book, but it's a good one. I recommend it. And so this, the way it's written, for the majors at least, you have a little bit of a write-up around the artwork, almost like a little story. Then you have the reading interpretation and you have important symbols. And then for the minors, you have much less. It's still enjoyable write-up because, like I said, I like Madame Pamita's writing. It's always interesting. I'm halfway through. I've not finished reading it, but I enjoyed it so far. And the pièce de résistance is obviously the artwork. Oh, you guys, this is so special. It's so beautiful. This could become very quickly a favorite, I think. It's just so me. It's definitely longer. So I love the size, perfect for me. Cardstock feels amazing. It's linen, super flexible. Here are the backs. They're gorgeous. Honestly, this is so beautiful. I'm gonna be gushing about it because I'm obsessed. I've been wanting this ever since it came out, so I'm gonna be fangirling this. Did not disappoint. I've not used it yet. I've been like flicking through it, reading the guidebook, but it's already made me squeal like a little girl. That's when I know that the deck and I are gonna get along so well. This is set in a very beautiful world where we have animals and plants. It does give a little bit Halloween vibes, but not too much, I think, because yes, there are some pumpkins, so you could think autumn, Halloween, but there's also like strawberries, vegetables and fruits. I love this hierophant so much. Like this frog, perfection. This is just so joyful. I mean, yeah, there are a little bit of, I would say, Halloweeny vibes, but for me, this is kind of like all year long. It's just one of those that I know is gonna bring so much joy. Again, one for me, huge good mood potential. This definitely will be in my good mood decks of 2025 because I'm getting it right at the end of 2024, so I can't really count it into this year, you know, but for next year, for sure. And this, okay, you guys, super specific reference, but if you get it, you're the best. You can't tell me it's not. Brennan Lee Mulligan's character in The Ravening War on Dimension 20, he plays an elderly kind of turnip character who is, I believe, I can't remember what his class is. Is it Paladin? I can't remember, but it's him. It's him. This is it. The Ravening War. Brennan Lee Mulligan. This is it. I'm obsessed. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. I have zero regrets. Everything I love. It's cute. It's a little spooky fun. It's joyful. I mean, it's clever. The guidebook is great. I love the fact that for the star we have the bat and she looks blind, you know, so she's using her sonar to navigate. I think there's so many ways you could read and incorporate that into your reading. It's just so cute. I mean, look at that. Let's move on. It's an RWS kind of inspired deck. You know, that's my jam. My favorite suit is the Pentacles. We're gonna get to it, but all of the swords are mostly birds. We have a lot of birds, like we have the peacock here. It's just so beautiful. Look at this. Oh, I can't, you guys. I'm so happy to finally have this because this has been a long time coming. Literally every review you can think of on YouTube, when you type this deck, I've watched them all 3 times. I was like, do I really want this? Yeah, every time I watched it, I was like, yeah, I really want this. I'm just very happy right now. I'm very happy. I wanted to share it with you guys before I started shuffling it and using it. So I'm gonna treat myself this weekend to my first readings with this, and then I'll be using it for sure for you guys as well. Look at this 6 of wands with the little cat finding a ring. And this makes me so happy for no specific reason. On all of the cards you also have astrological association, which is really cool. So wands we had a lot of cats, for the swords we had a lot of birds, and for the pentacles we have different kind of fruits and veg, which we'll get to. It's so cute. I mean, look at this Six of Cups. Oh, so cute. I don't know, this is like speaks to my inner child, but also to my adult self. I don't really know what's going on here, why this is making me so happy, but this is just doing it for me, you know, like this whole ancestor altar vibe for the 10 of Pentacles. Yes, absolutely 100%. Come through, skeleton mermaids. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's joyful, and yeah, here is my favorite suit on this deck, the Pentacles. Look at that. Look at those little squirrel with that little radish man. I can't, so cute. The carrot for the Four of Pentacles. Brilliant. Yes, Five of Pentacles. Love. Six of Pentacles with the corn. Love. Seven of Pentacles. I mean, come on. No words. Just, this is vibes, pure vibes. Strawberry for the Nine of Pentacles is probably one of my favorite cards. She's adorable. Yeah, I just love this. I love this suit the best. All those little root vegetable vibes are very enchanting. I want to live here. Whatever this is going on, this is my vibe. So I'm very, very excited, as I think you can tell, because I've probably said very, very 5,000 times, and I've probably said excited and happy 10,000 times. This is one of those that I just know we're gonna get on. I just know I'm gonna have great reading with this. I just know it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be happy, it's gonna be like good mood. Honestly, if this wasn't so late in the year, this could have been potential for one of my favorite decks, I have a feeling, but obviously not fair. So I'm not gonna include any of these in my favorite decks of the year. I'm only gonna include decks that I've been using from January till end of November, because I want to be showcasing decks that I've used a lot, like early Christmas. Merry Christmas from me to me. So excited for them. I'm so excited for beautiful gifts. I'm so excited for fun little treats of mass market decks I found. So random purchases. It's all been a joy. I hope you've enjoyed this little fun haul. Again, I make sure to, of course, use these decks for you guys in future readings. I also make sure to share with you how I've been getting on with them in future monthly favorites. Same with books. So if you're not yet subscribed, I invite you to do so, as that's where you'll see future content about all of these. I hope you will enjoy all the videos I'm gonna try and put out in December. Like I said, I'm trying to put as much as possible within the limitations of me navigating chronic pain and chronic illness, but I'm trying to make December as magical as possible. So I'll try to make extra content for you guys, fun content. There'll be tarot readings, we're gonna do ranking of the year, all of that good stuff. It's gonna come. There'll be plenty of stuff to keep you busy, hopefully, if I can make it happen. So thank you so much for your presence, for your support, for your kindness, for just being awesome. I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!